You are a 2025 bride, this makeup tutorial is for you. If this app actually does go away in the next couple of days, I wanted to do one more bridal tutorial for TikTok, so let's do this look together. The amount of times I was tagged and got to see how many of you guys used my inspo for your wedding, it made me so happy. So to start off the look, hydration is very important. I'm gonna hydrate the face and the lips. Use the Rhode glazing fluid on the face. On your wedding day, you really want your makeup to look amazing in photos, but also in person. So that's why I love to do the underpainting technique. You end up using less layers, which is the key to making your makeup look good in person. I'm using this contour from this Makeup Forever palette. Make sure you're pressing this up into your hairline. I'm going to use a smaller brush and just contour my nose. One of my favorite foundations at the moment is this Laura Mercier. This feels super light. It's not overwhelming. I love the way that this lays on the skin. I'm tapping around the edges of where I laid that contour. I'm not going directly over it. I love really bronzy looks for bridal, so I'm gonna add some of this bronzing serum from Makeup by Mario. If you are a bride, you need this bronzing serum. This looks amazing. It's super natural. I love pinky blush on brides. I'm using She's That Girl from Patrick Ta, and I'm going to use a generous amount of this. Blush is usually the first thing that fades. Concealer is going to be Haus Labs. I'm adding it to these spots, and I'm going to blend this in with my beauty blender. And as I'm blending this area, I'm going to take what's left on the sponge and put it over my eye as my eye primer. Without adding any new product onto that blush brush, I'm just going to blend the edges. I want the under eyes to be very smooth and bright. I'm taking the Givenchy Prism Leap powder. This is the old formula. Another powder that's amazing for this would be the Huda Beauty Cupcake powder. I'm also going to set the lid. Since that powder has a little bit of a pink tone to it, I'm not going to set the whole face with it. I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish. For another layer of blush, I'm going back to She's That Girl on the powder side, and I'm just tapping this on the cheeks. Now that I have my powders all applied, I'm going to spray to really bring back the moisture to my face. To really stay on theme with all the pink tones going on, I'm going to use Baby from Patrick Ta as my highlight. For the cheeks, I'm going to use the bottom of my beauty blender. Hit this on the high points. Filling in my brows now with my Benefit brow pencil. We need our brows to stay in place all day long. This Benefit 24-hour brow gel is the best for that, I promise you. Okay, we're moving on to eyes. I'm going to use these Armani liquid eyeshadows. They are really easy to use if you're doing your own makeup. Without adding more product to the brush, I'm just going to sweep this underneath the eye. Next, I'm going in with this darker shade, adding this to the outer corner, switching to a slightly smaller brush to blend this one out. Just blend that all together. I'm taking my Hoola bronzer, just adding this all on top of my lid. Now you guys know I'm obsessed with these Dior highlighters as eyeshadow. So taking this brown shade, and that's going in the middle of the eye, and now this gold shade is going on the inner corner. Line the outer lash line with this Milk gel eyeliner. This is black. Take that same brush that you used for the darker shadow and now just buff it. Now give your lashes a good curl. Add your mascara. Now if this was actually my wedding day, I would use a waterproof, but since it's not, I'm gonna use my Cali Ray mascara. These Ardell 420s were my favorite to use on brides, but how I use them is I will just fold it in half, and then I just cut it straight down the middle. Then I'm just going to add them to the outer corner of the eye. Final touch for the eyes, I'm just gonna add this highlighter and add it to the inner corner. Okay, my favorite part to any look, the lip combo. I like this Dior lip liner. I'm gonna use Coco K from Kylie Cosmetics. I'm just gonna blend this into the lip liner. Lastly, I'm just going to top the lip off with this Dior gloss. Hey guys, here is the final look. I have loved creating content for you guys the past 2 years on this app. If this band does go through, you can follow me on Instagram and on Rednote, same username. I post all of my same content. Love you guys.